Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Chat back in the video today, and today we're going to be talking about why the Houston Texans will be buyers at the 2023 trade deadline. As the trade deadline will be Tuesday, October 31st, it's going to be really interesting to see what teams make, who sells, who buys. There's going to be a lot of teams trying to buy, and the Houston Texans, who have been a team in the last two or three previous trade deadlines, they've been big sellers. 2020, they weren't huge sellers, but they did make a couple moves. 2021, they made a couple moves. Same thing goes for 2022, but they have not been buyers. This is the Houston Texans' chance to be buyers at the trade deadline, and I think they will be. I think a big reason is that, there's a great chance the Texans will be 4-3 going into the trade deadline. They play the Carolina. They're 3-3 right now. They play the Carolina Panthers this week. I would think that should be a win. Texans win that game. You're 4-3 with an easy schedule down the road and an easy division. You just need a couple pieces, and you should be able to win the division. I think that if I'm the Texans right now, I need to add in a couple pieces at the trade deadline to add to this team, and then we're a threat. I mean, look at their schedule. You got the Carolina Panthers this week. I believe that is a win. The Buccaneers have been, here and there. But at home, I think that's a win. Then you go to Cincinnati. That's a loss. You're 5-4. Arizona Cardinals, that's a win at home. Then the Jaguars, that's a loss. So you're 6-5. Denver Broncos at home, that's a win. You're 7-5. New York Jets, give them a loss, 7-6. Tennessee Titans on the road, that's a win, 8-6. You lose to the Browns, you're 8-7. You beat the Titans again, you're 9-7. You beat the Colts on the road, you're 10-7. I know it sounds crazy. It's not about how good this team is, which the Texans do have talent, but it's the strength of the schedule. I mean, the only biggest threats throughout the rest of the schedule for the Houston Texans are the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the New York Jets, and the Cleveland Browns. Those are the Texans' those are the four hardest games that the Texans have down the road. The Colts are without their starting quarterback. The Titans are the Titans. The Broncos are the Broncos. The Cardinals are the Cardinals. The Buccaneers, that game could be a little scary. I could see the Texans losing that one, but at home, I don't see it. But I think with the strength of the schedule and the ease of the division, this division is easy besides the Jacksonville Jaguars. That is the only threat in the division. I think that this Texans team, with their schedule and the talent they already have, you just need to add in one or two more pieces. I think mainly to the defense, because this offense right now, I really don't see any problems with this, this offense right now. People are saying, go trade for a wide receiver. I don't see the point of wasting draft picks to trade for a wide receiver. You have a guy like Nico Collins and a guy like Tank Dell who are balling out. I know Robert Woods is out this week against the Panthers, but he's playing really good football. Noah Brown just came back. He's playing some good football. I don't think there's any need for a wide receiver. You can say, go get a Jerry Jeudy or go get somebody else. The Texans don't need a wide receiver. As good as their defense has been, as solid as their defense has been this season, I think they could really use some more defense. Adding in a guy who can help this defense and help this defense be any better. It's not that this defense is bad and it needs to be better. This defense has been good. I just don't think this defense has reached the full potential. And I think if the Texans add in some other player like a Chase Young or a Brian Burns, we're talking about one of the top defensive guys that is available at the trade deadline. I think the Houston Texans are setting themselves up to potentially win the division, and if not that, make the wild card, make it on a wild card spot. C.J. Stroud has been that good. The defense has been very solid so far this season. I've been really impressed with them, but I think adding in another piece would just make this defense even more elite. Add in someone like Brian Burns or Chase Young. I know it's you're gonna have to give up a lot of draft picks, but I think it's worth it for the Texans. Make this defense better than it already is. And this Texans team should be one of the favorites to win the division over the Jacksonville Jaguars. And if not win the division, they're going to be right there with the Jags and maybe possibly make a wild card spot. So I believe the goal is for this team is to make the playoffs. They have no desire to lose. I know look at the past 3 seasons, terrible. and you could kind of tell they were losing on purpose. But this season, they don't even have their first round pick, so they really don't. They're in the winning. They're in the winning mindset, and the Cardinals have their first round pick from that Will Anderson Jr. trade, so they have no need to want to lose. So with this schedule, with the talent this team already has, you add in some other talent. I really can see the Texans finishing off 10-7, or if not 10-7, 9-8. You guys, remember your thoughts. That's the video. If you guys enjoyed, let me know your thoughts, and peace out. Go Texans.